And a vicious attack ad targets the frontrunner for LA's DA's race. But is it true? 6 days until voters decide who is going to be LA's new district attorney, or at the very least narrow it down to the two frontrunners. It's a race that has made headlines, mostly over the perceived frontrunner's controversial campaigning. Now, one blogger has made it his campaign to make sure Carmen Trutanich, that would be the perceived frontrunner, loses the election. Here's part of that blogger's online anti-Trutanich ad that we first showed you yesterday.
I remember getting the call on the radio. A DA was surrounded by a gang in Green Meadows Park. It was Carmen Trutanich, and he was trying to interview a witness. When I got there, the gang had started shooting at Carmen. Carmen was the lead.
That ad is from this blog. It's called Los Angeles Dragnet, and the blogger, by the way, has just gone by the iconic pseudonym Joe Friday, keeping his real name private until now. Joe Friday is actually this man, David Berger. He is a deputy district attorney with the LA DA's office. Mr. Berger, welcome.
Thank you, Jeff.
And as soon as we hear your accent, we know that you are not, in fact, Sergeant Friday.
Indeed, I'm not Joe Friday, but I'm going to tell you just the facts. And let me make one thing right clear now.
What?
I'm not speaking on behalf of the DA's office. I'm here in my personal capacity. Anything I say
is your opinion and has nothing to do with the DA's office.
Legal disclaimer's over.
So tell me, why are you so opposed to Carmen Trutanich?
Well, because the man is a liar. I mean, there's no two ways about it. If you look at everything he's done, from the moment he started his campaign, it's been untruthful. The guy hasn't got it in him to tell the truth about anything. Even the number of people who watch his campaign video, he has to buy hits on that to say he's got 750,000 people.
That was one of the controversies.
That was one of them. What about promising that he was going to serve 2 full terms as our city attorney and not use the office as a stepping stone, and then his reason for going back on his word is, well, Steve Cooley resigned. That is just an explanation. It is not an excuse. When you give someone your word as a prosecutor, you better stay by your word.
Okay.
You can't do deals like that.
Let me say, and you will fill in the lines here, you actually worked for Carmen Trutanich.
That's right.
You worked on his campaign. You supported his election into the city attorney's office, and they say you're just a disgruntled employee. What went wrong? When did you become so ardently opposed to him instead of being a supporter? Well,
first of all, to say I'm a disgruntled employee is not telling the true story, because I'm not the only one who doesn't think this guy is fit anymore after I believed in him. Steve Cooley, my boss, the DA, doesn't think Trutanich is fit to be DA. Is he disgruntled? No. Yes, I did work as a special assistant. I was over at the city attorney's office on assignment from the DA's office. It was always my intention to go back to the DA's office. So this is just a typical Trutanich tactic, trying to muddy the waters and deflect attention from the real issue, and that is this guy is not fit to be DA. He doesn't know how to tell the truth. He plays win at all cost, and that is not the role of a prosecutor. Our job is to seek justice. And the reason why
let me just so this is not a personal vendetta.
No.
You have nothing personally. You have no personal axe to grind with Carmen Trutanich?
None at all, other than I believe very firmly that the district attorney's office has to be run by a prosecutor and not a politician. And Mr. Trutanich is the consummate politician. Nothing he says is true.
The latest announcement, if you will, that Carmen Trutanich has made is that he is suspending the media portion of his campaign until the election. He says because his mother is in the hospital. He actually gave up airtime on KCRW, did not show up at KPCC for the district attorney's debate. Your take?
How convenient is that? The week that the story comes out that this man lied about being a victim of an assassination attempt at Green Meadows Park. That's a story that was the centerpiece of his 2009 campaign for city attorney. Nobody questioned it then. And then 2012, he rolls out the same story again, and now we've had a bit of experience with Mr. Trutanich. We know not to take things at face value, and we started taking a look at that story, and it's not true. It never happened.
But we should be clear, though, too, you also did not question it in 2009.
You know what? The guy was very credible. He's an extremely good con man, and that's not what you want as a DA, okay? It's the wrong set of skills for this side of criminal justice.
We should say, by the way, that we put in a call to the Trutanich campaign. We have an open invitation for them to come back on Studio 11 LA and discuss this whole issue. Finally, Mr. Berger,
Call me Friday.
Sergeant Friday, if Carmen Trutanich does win, it would seem to me you're out of a job.
Well, you know what? I work for the County of Los Angeles. The elected leader is just there for the interim period, and he will not win as DA if the people of Los Angeles do their job, wake up and realize this guy is unfit to be DA. There are excellent candidates who have good campaigns, and I urge people to vote ABC. Anyone but Carmen Trutanich.
All right, we should also say thank you very much. By the way, we should say that Bobby Grace is going to be on the show. We're hoping to get Danette Myers as well. We hope to have all of the candidates on the show.
Well, you won't get Carmen Trutanich. He dare not show up here.
Actually, we started with Carmen Trutanich.
Yeah, and that went out real well, didn't it? He accused you of ambushing him.
I understand.
He doesn't like dealing with the truth. He doesn't like being confronted with awkward facts like, why are you lying about being shot at by gang members? You know what? That speaks to who he is. It's not that long ago that we had cops lying about being shot at by gang members. That caused the Rampart scandal. That caused us so much difficulties in prosecuting cases. Now we're going to have a DA who does the same thing, who lies about being shot at by gang members, and he's supporting an investigator who does the same thing. On the one hand, Trutanich says, I was in the park taking photographs. On the other hand, his investigator, Jim Bell, is saying, right, I heard a radio call, and Carmen was interviewing witnesses. BS, the whole thing.
David Berger, a.k.a. Joe Friday. The blog site, if you want to log on, is losangelesdragnet.com. Thank you very much. And also, one last time, Mr. Trutanich, we invite you back on to Studio 11 LA between now and Tuesday, the election day.